Welcome back to the channel, you guys. For those of you who are here for the first time, then welcome. You're definitely in the right place. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this DIY hand sanitizer using raw aloe vera and 70% alcohol. The color of the hand sanitizer looks a lot different here from in the thumbnail. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, so if you attempt to do it this way and you see it changing color, that's really just how it is. The moment that you open up your aloe vera plant, it gradually starts to change color. Usually it changes to a pinkish purple or even a brown color. Again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's still completely safe to use. So if you want to see how I made this, then stick around. The first thing that you want to do is thoroughly wash your aloe vera plants as well as anything else that you're going to be using for this DIY project. After that, you're going to be cutting off the very ends of your plants as well as the side that has those spikes on it. You want to use a knife that's very sharp, so you also want to take your time and be very careful when you are doing this. The gel in the aloe vera is going to start to seep out and things are going to get slippery, so you need to be extra careful, especially when you're using the knife. After that, you're going to peel the rest of it. You can turn it so that the rounded side is facing up and just take your time to peel the skin off. I realize that this does take a little bit more time than doing it the other way. The way I prefer to do it is to turn the flat side up like you see me doing here and just slide the knife under it and continue pushing until all of that layer of skin is completely gone. After that, I'm gonna put the aloe vera gel in my blender. So I start off by scoring the aloe vera gel and then I slip the knife between the gel and the skin so that most of it comes off very easily. I'm gonna be repeating this step for all of the other pieces, and then I'm gonna be using a spoon to scrape off the excess gel. This part is pretty optional, but if you want to get the most out of your aloe vera plant, then I would suggest that you use a spoon. Also, in hindsight, I should have probably put this on a flat surface like a counter or a cutting board. That would have made things a lot easier because the gel is really slippery, so it was a bit hard to hold sometimes. Next is to mix the ingredients together. All of the materials that I'm using have already been washed off camera. So I have my containers and I have this stocking foot that I just cut off and that's already been washed. I'm using a stocking foot as my strainer because it works a lot quicker and a lot easier than a regular strainer. And I'm also going to be adding 70% alcohol. I really don't think you need to use exact measurement for this, so I have about half cup of aloe vera and I'm putting a little more than half cup of that 70% alcohol before I put them to blend. Now, the reason I don't think you need exact measurements is because 70% alcohol can be used to sanitize your hands on its own. You actually don't need the aloe vera gel, right? The reason we're adding the aloe vera gel is to add some moisture and also because it has antifungal benefits. So usually when I use regular hand sanitizers, my hand feels really dry and I know that alcohol is very drying. So the aloe vera really makes it a little less harsh on the skin. It moisturizes a little bit, plus it has those antifungal properties. Next, I'm going to put the stocking over the large container and then pour the contents into that and squeeze. It's really very simple. You just want to squeeze out as much of the aloe vera juice as you can so that you're not wasting anything. And that's really all there is to it. Now, there are a few tips that I'm going to be offering you guys, so please pay attention. Firstly, using hand sanitizer does help to kill bacteria and some viruses, but you should not rely on hand sanitizer alone to keep your hands clean. Personally, I believe that you use hand sanitizer in the absence of antibacterial soap, or if you have already washed your hands and then you're just trying to be extra clean, you can top up with some hand sanitizer. Do not go through your day using hand sanitizer 85 times and never washing your hands. You are still supposed to be washing your hands. Tip number 2 is that you can pour some out into a smaller container for easier access on the go. Something like this can easily fit in your purse or even in your pocket, so you have it on you all day. Tip number 3, for those of you who made a lot, you can definitely store the excess in a clean jar or another appropriate container. You want to use a spray bottle or a squirt bottle for actually applying the hand sanitizer, because for something like this, you'll have to be dipping your hand in it, and that's not what you want to do. Thank you so much for sticking it through to the end of the video, and there is one more thing that I have to say. Aloe vera gel, for those of you who don't already know, tastes really bad. So your hands are gonna be nice and clean, and you're gonna feel like you need to be touching your face and putting your hands in your mouth. Don't do it. One of the things I like about this is because it tastes really bad, you will definitely not want to be touching your mouth. So hopefully for those of us who are chronic mouth touchers like myself, that's gonna help us to kick that habit. Please share this information with someone if you did find that helpful, and stick around for new videos.